Have you heard of muskmelon? Are you wondering if this melon is good to eat with diabetes? Then stay tuned because I'm about to share everything you need to know about muskmelon and blood sugar. Hey everybody, Erin here with Healthy Mom, Happy Family, and I am so excited to have you join me for my new series, Can I Eat That with Diabetes? And today we are talking about muskmelon. Now before we get started, if you have type 2 diabetes and are looking for tips and tricks as well as healthy and easy recipes, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video. Now if you're not sure what muskmelon is, it's basically the sweet variety of melon, and it actually belongs to the same family as zucchini and pumpkins and squash and even cucumbers. And two of the most well-known muskmelons are cantaloupe and honeydew. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how muskmelon affects blood sugar, the health benefits of muskmelon, and if you can eat muskmelon with diabetes. And finally, I'm going to show you how to incorporate this melon into your diabetes meal plan while keeping your blood sugar in check. Are you ready? Let's get started. So you're probably wondering if muskmelon is a high sugar fruit. Well, like almost all fruit, it does contain naturally occurring sugars. But that doesn't mean you have to avoid it altogether. You see, there's a big difference between naturally occurring sugars and added sugars in food. And I want you to remember this. Natural sugars act differently in your body. And that's usually because they're bound to this matrix of beneficial nutrients, like fiber and water, that can help mute the response to your blood sugar. Unlike added sugars, which can send our blood sugar skyrocketing. So there's no need to avoid fruit altogether when you have diabetes, but there are a few key things you need to know to help make sure that the fruit you eat doesn't have a negative impact on your blood sugar levels. So you might be wondering how muskmelon compares to other fruits when it comes to sugar content. So let's take a look. 1 cup of diced cantaloupe contains 12 grams of sugar. And if we look at diced honeydew, that contains about 14 grams of sugar. So when we look at how that compares to other fruits, if we compare them to other 1 cup servings of sliced fruits, a fruit like tangerines contain 20 grams of sugar. Now, if we look at pineapple, 1 cup of pineapple contains 16 grams. A banana contains 18 grams. Grapes contain 15 grams, and apples contain 13 grams. Now, on the lower end, you have watermelon, which per cup has 9 grams of sugar, and raspberries have 5 grams. So you can see based on this that muskmelon really falls right in the middle. Now, one of the great things about this melon is its rich water content. Over 90% of the volume of the melon comes from water. So that really allows it to provide this large serving with less sugar while still giving you that really sweet taste that you're looking for. So if you're trying to satisfy a sweet craving without sending blood sugar soaring, melon, especially muskmelon, can be a really great option. Okay, so now that you know the sugar content in muskmelon, you're probably wondering what that actually means when it comes to your blood sugar management. Am I right? So to understand how muskmelon affects your blood sugar, we want to look at 2 things. We want to look at the glycemic index as well as the glycemic load. Now, if you've tuned into my other videos, you probably already know what glycemic index and glycemic load are, but let me just review just in case. The glycemic index helps to rank food on how quickly it'll cause a rise in blood sugar. And then this rise is compared to the rise you would receive from a similar weight of plain table sugar. Now, the rankings of glycemic index range from 0, which means it has no impact on blood sugar, all the way up to 100, which is the impact of pure sugar or pure glucose on your blood sugar. So when we look at the glycemic index of muskmelon, let's look at cantaloupe. So a glycemic index for cantaloupe is 65, and that's actually considered moderately high. But the issue with glycemic index is it does not tell the whole story for a food. Because the biggest issue is that the glycemic index uses the grams of carbohydrate in a food, not necessarily the amount you're going to eat. So it has the standard measurement, not exactly how much cantaloupe you're going to eat at a set time. So glycemic index can give us a little bit of a picture, but it doesn't necessarily indicate how much your blood sugar is going to rise when you eat something like a muskmelon. In order to better understand how the amount of food you're going to eat of a certain food is going to impact your blood sugar, we want to look at what's called the glycemic load. Now, the glycemic load is more beneficial than glycemic index because it's actually taking into account the amount of food you are about to eat. And there's a calculation with glycemic load. You basically take the grams of carbohydrate in the food you're about to eat, multiply by the glycemic index of that food. Once we have that number, we divide by 100, and that gives us the glycemic load of the food. So let's look at what this means for cantaloupe. Okay, so we said that cantaloupe actually had a high glycemic index. But if we were going to eat 1 cup of diced cantaloupe, which is 13 grams of carbohydrate, to figure out the glycemic load, we would take 13 grams multiplied by the glycemic index, which is 65. And that gives us 845. Now we're going to divide that number by 100. And so we get 8.45. So if we were to eat 1 cup of diced cantaloupe, we have a glycemic load of 8.45. Now, when you look at glycemic load and what that means, if the value of the food is 10 or less, it actually has a low glycemic load, which means it's going to have a minimal impact on your blood sugar. So if we had just looked at the glycemic index, we might feel like muskmelon is a food we can't eat with diabetes or would have a big impact on blood sugar. But when we look at the glycemic load, we can see that having 1 cup of this melon really has a minimal impact on blood sugar levels. So outside of the impact muskmelon has on blood sugar, you might be wondering about this fruit and if it can offer any direct health benefits, especially when it comes to diabetes. So let's take a look. One great benefit of muskmelon is that it provides a source of fiber. And we know that it's very beneficial to our gut to get enough fiber in the diet, which most of us fall short on. In addition, having more fiber in our meals and our snacks can help better regulate blood sugar. And another benefit that I love about muskmelon is it does provide this sweet taste. So if you're looking for a way to satisfy your sweet tooth with minimal calories and more fiber, and from a food that doesn't spike blood sugar, adding muskmelon to your meal plan can be a really great way to satisfy those cravings and keep your blood sugar in check. Now, another great thing about this melon is that it's also rich in antioxidants like vitamin A and vitamin C. For instance, if we look at cantaloupe, it actually provides an excellent source of vitamin C. You get 64% of the daily value of vitamin C in just 1 cup. Now, this is incredibly beneficial because vitamin C is an antioxidant that does a lot of things in the body. It helps to protect your body from free radical damage. So that's where we get damage to our cells from things like toxins in the environment. It helps to combat that. But it's also involved in the formation and healing of everything from our skin to our muscle tissue to even cartilage. And it can help our body to absorb and store more iron. Now, another benefit of this vitamin is it does play a role in reducing those circulating stress hormones. And I know I've talked about this before, but when our stress levels are high and we have a greater amount of stress hormones circulating in the body, that can elevate blood sugar levels. So by eating foods rich in vitamin C, which can help to reduce those circulating stress hormones, it may help us to better regulate blood sugar levels. Now, another great benefit of this melon is that it is rich in vitamin A. And this is a nutrient that's really important for eye health. Now, we know people who have diabetes, it's critical that we take care of our eyes. Now, managing your blood sugar levels is the best thing you can do to keep your eyes healthy because high levels of blood sugar can damage our vision. But eating foods rich in vitamin A can also help, and that's where muskmelon comes in because it's a rich source of vitamin A in the form of beta-carotene. Now, I mentioned this before, but another benefit to muskmelon is their high water volume. So this melon contains about 90% water, so we're getting an enormous amount of fluid when we're eating any type of muskmelon, whether it be cantaloupe or honeydew. And this is really beneficial when you're trying to stay hydrated, especially if you're someone who struggles to drink enough fluid throughout the day. Now, this is important when it comes to blood sugar management because your body, every organ in your body, every cell in your body needs you to be well hydrated. But when you become a little dehydrated, we can actually see our blood sugar levels increase. So rehydrating your body can help to rehydrate the bloodstream and dilute those blood sugar levels as well. And on top of that, when you're well hydrated, your energy levels go up, it can help regulate appetite, and all of those things play a role in how you feel and even how active you are during the day, which in turn helps blood sugar. Okay, so if you are sold on eating more muskmelon, I want to share with you how to incorporate it into a diabetes meal plan. Okay, so what I want you to remember is your body is unique, right? Every person is unique, and every person with diabetes is going to be unique in how they respond to different foods. So if you want to incorporate muskmelon like cantaloupe and honeydew into your diet, you want to know how your body responds specifically to that food and how your blood sugar will respond. And the only way to do that is when you test your blood sugar and test it frequently. So my recommendation is to test your blood sugar before eating this melon and then 1 to 2 hours after. That rise in blood sugar is going to show you exactly how muskmelon impacts your blood sugar levels. So if your blood sugar goes up very little, you'll know that you really didn't have much of a response. If it goes up rapidly, then what you might want to do is eat a smaller serving of muskmelon the next time, or combine it with foods that help to meet that blood sugar response. foods rich in fiber, proteins, and healthy fats. So an idea would be, instead of having a bowl of honeydew or cantaloupe by itself, combine it with a lean protein or combine it with a healthy fat. So a handful of almonds, low-fat cottage cheese or Greek yogurt. Those are great things to combine with your muskmelon to help keep your blood sugar in check. And remember, just like any fruit, portions matter when it comes to eating muskmelon and blood sugar management. So the recommended portion would be a cup, to have 1 cup of this melon with your meals or as a snack. If you eat large amounts at one time, even though it is low in the glycemic load, the more you eat at one time, the higher that glycemic load number goes up and the bigger impact it's going to have on blood sugar. So your best option is have 1 cup and pair it with a lean protein or healthy fat, and that's going to make sure that you can enjoy this melon with the least impact on blood sugar. So let's talk about what the bottom line on muskmelon and diabetes really is. So what's great about this sweet melon is it does have a low glycemic load when you're eating about a 1 cup portion, so that means it is fine to incorporate into your diabetes meal plan. But remember, portions do matter, so limit your serving to 1 cup or less at a time, and your best bet is to pair this melon with a lean protein or fat to help prevent spikes in blood sugar. And always remember to test your blood sugar. That's the only way you're going to know how you really respond to this food as an individual. So test your blood sugar before eating the muskmelon and 1 to 2 hours after to see how much it rises. So let me know, do you eat muskmelon and how does your blood sugar respond? If you're eating cantaloupe or honeydew, do you tend to pair it with another food or keep it to a smaller portion? Let me know in the comments below. And if you liked today's video, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss new tips, tricks, or recipes. Thanks so much for joining me.